Hello friends, today we are with Mr. Nevil Sanghvi. He is an established industrialist, a very renowned businessman, and also the president of Bombay Industries Association, which has almost 1300 members and which is just about to complete 75 years this year. And we are going to speak to him about 8 years, what his thoughts are about 8 years of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's tenure. Hello, good afternoon, Nevil bhai.
Good
Nevil bhai,
afternoon,
what do
Parikshit
you
ji.
think? As you know that Narendra Modi sir has completed 8 years as Prime Minister. What do you think the country has gained and the state has gained in these 8 years of his Prime Ministership?
Well, first of all, good afternoon to you, Parikshit ji. Uh, see, when I see this 8 years, first thing comes into my mind is the government has started working on the basic things, whether it be electricity, water, the clean India, cooking gas, which actually helps the 80% of the population, which I think is like solving big problem basically which India is facing. Which normally when we go out of the country also people you don't feel good when people show us that image, and there I think they have made a very big leap going into interiors, and that particular problems is getting solved at a quite a root level. So I think that is something what comes to my mind first thing. And I think the other thing is there were so many outstanding issues the country was facing. He's taking it one by one, and there are people could not somehow address it over so many years, or the government could not address. This government under the leadership of Modi ji, I think they have addressed all those issues openly. So that is what I am very happy about it, and I feel that is one of the greatest achievement. Well, I am from IT background, so my other area I feel very good about is the way digitalization has taken place, or uh, the way the e-governance is going on, the automation is happening. So all these things is very I feel very happy about it, because this will put the government, the entire country into a different gear, and I can see that India has switched gears during this particular 8 years with its startup policy, which Skill India, that policy of theirs, then Prime Minister's Research Fellow, Innovation Mission. So lot of startups ideas are now happening all across the globe. Even our association, we have started the BIA Startup BIA, and that is to facilitate or to mentor startups. So during our last thing, 114 startups applied. We selected 8, and now we are taking them further. So I feel the the ideation, that attitude, that particular approach of problem solving is happening everywhere, not just in IIT, IIM, or tier 1, 2 cities. Basically, it has gone into the rural. If you travel into rural also, people now think about problem solving, and that actually is changing the entire scenario. That mindset itself will take us to a great heights in future. That's what I feel. And uh, I think whatever problems the government finds out, they create a startup. I always see that as a startup. Startup is identify a problem basically, and you get into that problem solving mode, and then create a scale, right? Nobody can give that scale what India, if you take just the water problem, it has to be treated as a startup, and it has to be taken scale across multiple states across India. You see that problem to be solved. If it's not tackled with that new mindset, it will never be addressed. And that's what this government, Modi government, is doing it basically. So
Well, though, the GST and there are a lot of range of MSME reforms that the government had brought in. Do you think, how much do you think all those things have benefited the MSMEs and the associations?
I'll come to that GST thing. As BIA, our the primary agenda was always to cater the MSME, to be a catalyst between the industry and the government. कभी भी कोई ऊपर नीचे पॉलिसी होता है तो झंडा लेके BIA को we have to go along with के भाई to represent the association. With GST, with unified tax, everything has been solved. Now we don't even feel that there is something pending and we have to go to the government. There may be some small issues basically, which will, I think, with the government must be looking into it. There are certain segment or some small sectors facing issues and all, but I think they will be taken care of with what happens. But now the BIA purpose is also changed. What was being just a catalyst between industry and this thing, now we are actually moving on to growth for MSME. The entire thought process is all about how an association can be an enabler or either support enabler, so that even the MSME grows and they contribute to the overall vision of what our Prime Minister has, a 5 trillion economy. And I feel MSME has a big role to play. So this is the change of mindset which GST, things like GST has got into the system.
Nevil ji, there is a, when 2014 Prime Minister came in, he always stressed on one thing, is ease of business. He think, I would want to bring ease of business to grow my business. Now India has, taken huge strides, from 132 we are at 63, 65. But how, on a personal level, how do you think you have experienced this?
Well, things like GST has helped, like my company, our taxation issues are so resolved basically. Before, as a software company, I never, we were part of VAT also, we were part of service tax also, excise also. So we were covered under everyone because everybody claimed that this is their territory. With GST, now we are so clear which category you fall into and there is no ambiguity anywhere. So that particular issue is resolved basically. So that has eased our bookkeeping at least. The faceless way of scrutinizing or auditing or this thing, that has also helped basically, because now we are not falling into trap of any of the things basically. So that has helped us a lot. I still feel there lot more needs to be done. We need reforms in labor areas. Labor laws has to be fair to both basically. There has to be something what we have to now adopt from the capitalist country rather than a socialist. I know India is different, but sometimes what happens, all this system, whatever has been created, till start, was good enough for the starting years. Now things need to change. In fact, we have to empower our working class, and the only way you can empower them is change in this labor laws. It is actually for them to grow, because that's how the companies are going to grow, the SMEs are going to grow, and they will be, if an industry is healthy, then the labor, the staff, the working class will also be healthy. And I think that is the area where I feel the government needs to do little work out there. Otherwise, lot of good steps has been taken in that particular direction.
Thank you very much for your kind and prompt views, Nevil ji. And I hope that in the coming 2 years, whatever you expect from the government, they'll be implemented at a breakneck pace like the 8 years have been. Thank you for your time and
Thank you. My pleasure. Thank you.